And morning models and coffee. Well, we're looking southwest from Waitsfield across over to the area around Sugarbush, Lincoln Peak, and whatnot. Just a few clouds around. Very much a mostly sunny day expected and very hot. And this is looking southwest of Waitsfield. A pretty nice morning on this Wednesday morning, and just a few high clouds here and there. And we're looking at generally decent conditions. The air quality actually is forecast to be a little bit better than it has been over the last couple of days. Really looking toward the Appalachian Gap. No cumulus clouds this morning and no fog. A lot of fog, though, off to our really south and east. This across mainly the Connecticut River Valley. We're looking at it here as the visual satellite picture comes up. And you can see it in the Passumpsic River Valley around St. Johnsbury, Lindenville, all the way back down, White River Basin, and so forth. A little bit up in the Missisquoi area of Lamoille, and it does look like we're going to see a lot of sunshine today. We do have a very light southerly flow, and this is going to interject. We could see some thunderstorm activity, some isolated cells pop up later on this afternoon off the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and then generally drift to the north, and it could catch some parts of Essex County, perhaps Caledonia, and the areas around east of Newport. In Orleans County, but really mostly confined here. There might be an isolated cell off Mount Mansfield as a possibility, but just not a certainty at this point. Other than that, we're looking at really no precipitation across the region as it's going to be rather dry. I want to show you something, though. The temperatures are pretty amazing here, and this is looking at the high-resolution rapid refresh. So we're looking at temperatures at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 noon. Already 88, 89 at Morrisville. Look at these temperatures here. It's just cooking, and it doesn't stop there, I'm afraid. This is going to be probably the warmest day of the 3 heat wave days that technically we've achieved. You're talking basically in the 90s. And just to run these slowly, widespread 90s across the Montreal, St. Lawrence River Valley, along the western areas of Vermont, eastern areas, including the Connecticut River Valley, parts of New Hampshire, and so forth. And then as these, you can see these temperatures kind of max out and really not go anywhere. This is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We finally start to cool down, and we get below 80 degrees finally by around 10 o'clock, according to the HRRR model here. This is probably a little bit of a high bias, but nevertheless, one of the things I want to show you, though, is if you keep your eyes on the ocean here, these are cooler waters, and you can see where some of that cooler air is going to be advecting into the region during the day tomorrow. So if I run this a little faster, you see how that kind of works its way up with the trajectories of air. Also some cloud cover here. I'm working across parts of New York where there could be some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. So we're going to cool off a little bit during the day tomorrow. And a quick look at Tropical Storm Danny. We have max sustained winds at about 50 miles per hour. Central pressures at 1,000 millibars, and movement off to the west at about 14 miles per hour. This is going to be taking a track eventually into this particular area, maybe getting as far as the Bahamas. Let's take a look at that track. So the main concentration is the Danny is still to the east of 40 west latitude, which is way out in the central Atlantic. And looks like it's going to stay relatively low latitude here, and this is good enough to probably take it in the vicinity of Puerto Rico and whatnot, and potentially maybe into the Bahamas, and then curving off the eastern coast. We'll be watching that. The reason for that is a trough of low pressure. I think it's probably going to save the day for the eastern seaboard. This is a long ways out. We're probably talking about 7, 8, 9 days out. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.